What is up, everyone? Happy Fantasy Friday. Welcome. I am Gregory LaPerche, and today we are going to be talking about me. So, no, just kidding. Kind of. So, I'm doing the Stormlight personality quiz, and you definitely don't have to have read any of the Stormlight archive books or any of the Sanderson books to kind of enjoy this. It's kind of like the Harry Pottermore quiz to like determine which house you're in. And yeah, I honestly have no idea how long this quiz will be. So let's just get right into it. Editing Greg here. I'm going to leave the quiz in the top line of the description. If you want to take it, definitely tell me what order you are in. Also, I'm going to have my friends from real life watch this video and disagree with all of my assessments about me in the comments below. So check that out. That will be pretty funny, I think. Anyway, into the quiz. All right, here we are. Oh my God, every time. Make my face bigger, Greg. There we go. Ooh, that might be too big. But yes, this is like a radiant quiz, which if you haven't read Stormlight, don't worry about it. And yeah, let's just get right into it. Heart on sleeve or poker face? I would say I've got like a pretty darn good poker face in games like Among Us and Resistance, and also in real life too. But I'm able to talk about emotions and stuff, so we'll put it there. I just don't talk about my emotions too much because I'm not like a super like emotional person. Confident slash needs reassurance. I feel like I'm pretty confident. I also try to like project more confidence than I actually have when I'm doing videos. But I would say in most situations, I'm pretty confident. Cautious or daring, I'm pretty darn cautious. We'll go like here. Library or dojo? I don't even really even know what it's trying to get at here. I do review books, so that I guess is fine. Wolf pack or lone wolf? I'm definitely more of like an introverted person, but I do see like the value of, doing things in a group and collaborating and stuff. And I want to be like more wolf packish. I'm like a lone wolf who wants to be more wolf packish. Peacemaker or firebrand? I think like naturally I'm more of a peacemaker, but like I have the ability to be a firebrand in the right situation. But like my natural inclination is to be a peacemaker. Yeah, we'll go like there. Spiritual or skeptical? Yeah, I'm pretty skeptical. I would have put this at like 100 a few years ago, but we'll go with like 95. Leader or facilitator? I feel like I'm definitely more of a facilitator. I can lead, but usually I'm more like, helping things out. Guard dog or alley cat? Is this just a way of asking if you're a dog person or a cat person? I don't know. It's almost like the lone wolf pack question, right? Because a guard dog's like always with someone, and an alley cat's usually like prowling alone. I'll go like this because I am more of a cat person anyway, even though dogs love me. Dogs need to like leave me alone. Compassionate or dispassionate? I'm pretty darn compassionate. Head or heart? I would say I'm like more head, but this is pretty close because like I'm heart in that I'm like very compassionate, right? But I will like look at things like I'm not gonna just like totally ignore data or something because of my compassion. Flamboyant or reserved? I feel like I'm actually pretty like reserved in conversations and stuff. I'm like not opposed to saying edgy things though. And I was always this way. I would be quiet and reserved for like most of class. And then like randomly in class, I would like say something funny. I was like the lurking class clown. Letter of the law or spirit of the law? Spirit of the law, definitely spirit of the law, which is also the name of an Age of Empires YouTube channel. So if you know what that game is, definitely, well, I mean, you probably know who Spirit of the Law is then. But yeah, I hate like the pedanticness of the letter of the law a lot of times. Obviously, laws are important and stuff, but yeah, definitely spirit of the law. This is more like chaotic good rather than like lawful good. We'll lower this a little bit. Yeah, that's fine. Free spirited or disciplined? I'm not like super disciplined. I like definitely get distracted fairly easily. Yeah, so I think that's fine. Obedient or rebellious? So I'm mostly obedient, like naturally, but I have like no problems whatsoever being rebellious. And like I have no problems having like a controversial opinion. This is a weird one. I'm like accidentally obedient. Creative or conventional? I have some creativity in me, but I would say I'm more conventional, just by a little bit though. Dependable or flexible? I would say I'm more flexible, like in terms of like scheduling things out for myself. If someone's like, yo, be here at like 7, I'll probably be there at like 7:05 or 7:10. But like if I'm planning out my day, or like my week or something. I'm like, all right, I want to read this book and do this video, and like I've got to go to work or whatever. But then I want to see like this person, and like it doesn't really matter like how I work that out. I'm like very flexible about what I do when down to earth or head in the clouds. This is weird. I feel like my mind wanders. So I don't know if that's what this question's getting at, but if it is, then I would say kind of head in the clouds. But like I'm like very down to earth because I'm just like a normal dude. So I don't know. We'll go like 60. Think outside the box or color in the lines. This is like the distinction I was trying to talk about up here a little bit with creative and conventional. Like normally I'm just conventional, but I have like the ability to think outside the box. And a lot of times I like end up being conventional because the conventional thing is like the right thing to do or whatever for whatever situation I'm in. But like, I'm not conventional because I want to be conventional. I'm conventional because I've like thought outside the box a little bit and then I just go with the more conventional option. But yeah, I definitely can think outside the box too. Maybe this should be like a little lower. There we go. Tense or relaxed. My like personality is relaxed on the outside, but I'm like a little tense naturally. I've like worked on it though. I would have made myself like 80% tense 10 years ago. Decisive or indecisive? Ooh, I would say I'm fairly indecisive because my mind kind of wanders a bit. You know what? Let's lower this a bit. 60, how about? Because I can definitely make a decision, but I'm never like, all right, we have to make a decision on like what we're going to eat for dinner right now. Like if I don't have to make a decision, I won't make a decision. But like if I kind of need to make a decision, I don't really like have a problem being decisive. And like with the dinner example, that ends up being like, oh, I have like a box of mac and cheese. Like that's what ends up happening. So that's why I'm more indecisive, I think, even though I'm like able to be decisive. Likes change or like stability. This is tough. Like in my day-to-day life, I like stability, but like I have no issues with change either. So I'll do this. Planner or spontaneous? Since I've created my YouTube channel, I've been planning like a lot more because it's like, oh, I have to read this and like this person wants to read this with me. And that's in like 2 months and like oh man and like I want to be able to plan so I can tell you guys what I'm reading so that way if you want to read something that I'm reading you guys can like plan with me. So I would say like here on YouTube I'm like trying to plan like at 85%, but like in life it's like definitely a lot lower. Ends justify the means or honorable actions. Oh man, this is so situational. This could like literally be my first 50-50. Like I can think of so many situations where either of these are just totally wrong and like so many situations we're going to tilt it like a little bit this way. Like some of the most heinous acts in human history have been done by like the ends justify the means premise for doing them. But then like honorable actions are also like, I don't know, people do stupid stuff for honor. So like I don't like going either way here. Playful or serious? If you know me, I have the ability to be very serious, but like you like 80% of the time I'm just joking around and stuff. And like even when I'm serious, I'll like just make jokes. Yeah, I would say like 80% of the time I'm just messing around. That's accurate. Tells the truth or bends the truth. Oh boy, this is an interesting one. I feel like some people, obviously not going to mention any names or anything, but like they'll like say, oh, I'm a very honest person. I'm very honest. But they like aren't honest with themselves, you know? And then that leads them to be like very dishonest to other people. I feel like I can bend the truth a bit when I'm thinking about myself and being honest with myself and stuff. I have like the ability to at least. It's kind of like the whole fake it till you make it thing, right? If you want to project more confidence, you know, you kind of have to lie to yourself a little bit, right? And I don't think that's like an inherently bad thing. Obviously, lying a lot of times can be a bad thing. And like if someone calls me a liar, I'm not like, oh, like they just mean it like in like a good kind of way. Like no, obviously. I do feel like I'm pretty honest when I make videos. Like I don't think I've really given like a dishonest review of anything. Whenever I talk about politics, I feel like I'm bending the truth a little bit. Even if I'm saying something very honest, you know, there's always so much context to like add into something. And like I could spend like 20 minutes giving my perspective on like, well, this is my like position on like this whole thing, like blah blah blah. But like that would be super boring and like monotonous for all other people. Man, this is really difficult. I would say I'm like maybe like here because I don't know. I sound like a psych major because I was a psych major, but I'm like more hyper aware of things that people do naturally be dishonest to themselves, you know? So we've got to move on though. Likes to take things apart. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Yeah, I've never like really thought about this question, but I would put myself very strongly on this side. Hotel camping. Yes. I'm not really like an outdoorsy person. Fencing or boxing? I've never really done either of these, but I would say fencing, artistic or scientific. I would say like I'm pretty far on this side. I feel like I was pushed to think more scientifically growing up. So I think my brain just works in a scientific way, but I could have seen myself being very artistic growing up in like a different situation. Like I could have been way up here, but like I've become more artistic, I think. And I've thought more artistically. And I don't know. So we'll put it there. Book smart or street smart? I'm definitely more street smart. I'm not like book dumb, but you know, I'm not like a huge studier. Paladin or rogue? Definitely like more paladin. But again, like I don't know, I'm not like super onerous, I guess. Competitive or casual? Yeah, definitely more naturally competitive. And I definitely, yeah, I should definitely be farther this way because I've like noticed myself over the years. I'm like, all right, Greg, we have to be like less competitive naturally. I feel like I've like literally changed a lot over the years because I've like toned down my competitive side so much over the years. I've just become less competitive because of that. Transparency or need to know. I like think in a very like pro transparency way. Like I'll just like give too much information and context behind like whatever opinions I have, like political opinions, whatever, like worldview. I feel like someone less transparent than me would have like a lot more of a problem doing this video. But you know, I am like a little secretive. Like there are definitely things where it's like yeah, oh boy. This is like a difficult one. My like opinion on this could go like anywhere on here. I'm transparent unless I'm not. One of my friends says that has this expression, we're boys until we're not. It's one of the best. You know what? I'm like pretty transparent. We'll go there. I definitely can do like a lie by omission sometimes. And I always think like, should I be being more transparent right now? And usually I'm like, nah, I don't really need to be more transparent. Like I've like people don't need to know all this stuff. But yes, say the words. Truth watcher. Yo, Truth Watcher, though. By the way, definitely don't read any of this. Like, look away from the screen if you don't want like any spoilers about like any powers or anything. And I won't talk about them. Let's see down here. Truth Watcher. Here are the percentages for these. I actually don't know what like all of these are yet because I'm halfway done with Oathbringer. I won't talk about what any of these orders like do or anything, so don't worry about that. But yeah, so some of these orders I don't like have an example of within the text of the book so far, but Truth Watcher I do have an example of, and that's very interesting. I wouldn't necessarily have pegged myself for this character, but at the same time, I kind of would. Truth needs watching, as one of the characters within Stormlight Archive says about Truth Watchers. And yes, I can't sum it up better than that. People need to watch Truth. You guys like watched me take the quiz too, so you know like the question about like truth or not truth or like whatever, that's actually like very much on my mind more so than like fencing or boxing. I'm just like, oh, fencing, that's easy. But like things about like honesty and stuff and like how you frame things and like realizing how people lie to themselves, I'm like pretty good at like naturally doing that. I'm not like I don't like go around and be like you're a liar because you're lying to yourself. But I don't do that to like other people, you know. But like in my own head, I think I like kind of see the world that way. And you know what? Manufacturing consent definitely somewhat relevant here. Whenever I hold up a book, I like hide my face in shadow. So I'm sorry about that. And then my camera has to refocus and it's very weird. But yeah, Manufacturing Consent by Noam Chomsky, a classic nonfiction book. And this book looks at media bias. It has like 5 filters for like the media and how like the news that gets to you gets filtered and how that can make it in a way dishonest. Dishonest is like kind of too strong of a word, but like again, the way it's framed in the book is 5 filters. So like advertisers is one filter. So media largely won't cover labor issues in like such a way that is pro labor, right? Because bosses don't care about labor issues. And in fact, they make money off exploiting labor. And like, oh man, I'm like going off the rails here. Come on, Greg, stop being a truth watcher. Come on, you're such a truth watcher. But yeah, I've got a like full review for this. I read this last year, so check that out. It's my most viewed video somehow. So like, I mean, that's cool. I do know what a lot of these are, and yeah, I can see myself more as well. Yeah, again, no spoilers. All right, if you haven't read Stormlight, go away for the next minute because I'm going to talk about characters and stuff. But yes, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Definitely join my Discord if you want to talk more about like whatever. Anyway, spoilers. Even though I like Shallan more, I do feel like I'm more Kaladin like than Shallan in real life. Edge Dancer, I would have predicted Edge Dancer be like a little bit higher than like Light Weaver. Well, I guess they're tied, aren't they? Shoot, which one's Yasna again? I don't even remember. All right. Well, anyway, that's everything. Thank you for watching. We have 5 more Stormlight archive videos, and I will put a playlist to all my Stormlight videos in the comments below, so check those out. And thank you for watching. See you guys next time.